All right, if you have ever bought a car, you know that feeling, right? The pressure on the sales floor, the mysterious manager hiding in the back. Well, that whole world, it is on the brink of a massive change. And it all kicks off with this brilliant and, let's be honest, hilarious analogy from a classic TV show. Yeah, you heard that right. That comes from marketing strategist David Rozek, who compared the whole situation to that infamous episode of Seinfeld. It's a funny picture for sure, but man, it perfectly captures the uncomfortable truth that car dealerships are facing right now. Shrinkage is inevitable.
So what is this cold pool problem anyway? Well, think of it like this. It's what happens when a business model that was built behind closed doors, in private, suddenly gets shoved out into the open, into the cold, harsh light of today's super transparent market.
And in this case, shrinkage isn't about the cold water. It's about a huge loss of customer trust and just relevance. You know the old playbook? The high-pressure tactics, the prices you can never quite pin down, and that classic line, "Let me go talk to my manager." It's not just annoying anymore, it's actively pushing people away.
So what's causing this deep freeze? It's us. It's the rise of the modern informed shopper. The whole power dynamic has completely flipped on its head because that information advantage dealerships used to have, it's pretty much gone.
Now, don't get me wrong. Location still matters. A lot. About 70% of us still start our car search based on whatever dealerships are nearby. So yeah, having the right car on the lot gets a dealership in the game. But that no longer guarantees they're going to win.
Because this right here is the new gatekeeper. A jaw-dropping 90% of buyers are reading online reviews before they even think about setting foot in a showroom. A dealership's online reputation has become its real front door. And if that door is locked up with bad reviews and stories of mistrust, we'll just keep on walking.
And you can really see the clash here, can't you? On one side, you've got the old-school dealer's playbook, which is all about control. And on the other side, you have the modern shopper who shows up armed with data, reviews, and a non-negotiable demand for transparency. It's an information war, and the old guard is losing badly. So how in the world does a dealership survive in this new reality? Well, the solution starts with a bit of a technical fix. It's about becoming what the source material calls a visibility engine, and it's powered by something called GSEO. Okay, so GSEO. It stands for Generative Search Engine Optimization. Sounds complicated, right? But the idea behind it is actually super simple. Use technology to be the honest, helpful answer to the questions that your customers are already asking online, way before they're even ready to buy. Just think about how you search for things now. We're not just typing "car dealer near me" anymore. We're asking Google straight up, which dealership is the most honest, or dealers with no hidden fees. GSEO is all about making sure your dealership shows up with the right answers, building that digital trust before a customer ever even thinks about coming to the lot. But look, being visible online is only half the battle. You also have to prove that you're the real deal. And that brings us to the second, much more human part of the solution, what the source calls the trust showcase, or brand theater. Brand theater is all about putting your character on display at every single opportunity. This isn't some script you hand your employees. It's a genuine performance of what your business truly values. It's in your videos, it's in how you respond to reviews, and it's especially in how you treat people when they walk into your showroom. It's about showing, not just telling, who you are. And here's where it all clicks together so perfectly. GSEO gets you seen and answers the customer's logical questions. Then brand theater follows up by showing off your character and answering their emotional questions. You put those two together and you create this amazing, trustworthy experience that earns the business without any of the old-school hard sell. The path forward is pretty clear, but for those dealerships that just refuse to change, well, the stakes are getting higher than ever. We're past the point of just losing a sale. We're at the point where you either adapt or you become the punchline. And it's not just angry customers anymore. You've got regulatory bodies like the FTC now cracking down hard on junk fees and misleading ads. The walls are closing in from every single direction. The old way of doing business in the dark is just not a sustainable strategy anymore. So for that old school dealership, the one that's just hardwired for control and pressure and keeping secrets, the choice is becoming incredibly simple. Adapt or vanish. They don't just shrink, they disappear. They become ghosts, completely invisible to the modern car buyer. Which brings us right back to that central question. This change isn't coming, it's already here.
So the question is not whether a dealership will face shrinkage. The real question is, are they ready to step out of that cold pool and into the spotlight?
And for all of us, as buyers, this totally changes how we should approach the process. The next time you're in the market for a car, ask yourself this. Are you looking for a salesperson who's just there to process a transaction? Or are you looking for a storyteller, someone you can actually trust? The answer to that question will decide who survives.